Okay, this is a router hidden behind 3 layers of screening material. This is just your ordinary door screen that's been casually thrown over this thing for weeks, and I'm going to cut it into a regular form tonight. Now I've got my cell phone on airplane mode. When the cell phone isn't here, the peak on this is like 26. So even with it on airplane mode, it's still making some radiation effect on this reading, because it is actually much lower than that. But this is not bad. Now I have removed the screen, and we're going to see what the radiation levels are of this router with no protection on it at all. And this is a little bit exaggerated because of the radiation from the cell phone. So today this is much higher than it usually is. So it's peaking at 86,000, 86, yeah. This is higher than it usually is, but when I do this in the United States, I'm never working with anything less than 200,000 units, and it's been as high as 800,000, so this is still not too much compared to the US. So now I'm going to unplug it and cut up the screening material here and take a Faraday cage out of the screen. So unplug it. So I'm not going to work with this radiating me. So these are the materials I'm working with. This is screen door material. You get a roll of it at Lowe's for $10 in the United States. It's enough to cover your router and everybody in the neighborhood, and you might want to do that. Anyway, also just an ordinary utility scissors and steel galvanized wire, which is really easy to work with. I use it like a thread around the wire. It bends real easily. This is what it is, galvanized steel wire. Anyway, now we're going to cut it up and make a Faraday cage, make this safer. Here's my work of art. And I decided that the wire was too difficult, and instead I used staples and stapled the edges. Now we'll see, this is with the router unplugged. There's no negligible frequencies here, but I'm going to then turn it on, plug it in, and we'll see what happens. Okay, now it's back in full form. We'll see what it looks like. Now, part of this is going to be distorted by the cell phone. It's in the high, but high here in Mexico is just a pittance compared to in North America. And this is actually just standing, 18 inches from the router. So when you get back, it dramatically drops. Get away from the cell phone. There we go. We're about 14 inches from the cell phone and 2 feet from the router. This is why we always say distance is your friend. Staying away from the phones, the towers, all wireless devices. Keep your distance. I will be the first to admit that this is a home style solution, but the routers are in so many different designs now. I've seen some that look like works of art, and they don't easily fit into the Faraday cages that are sold commercially. So you need to devise your own. I would invite you to get the aluminum screening and make sure it is real aluminum. There's a lot of plastics that are synthetic, made to look like screening, but they're not. You need real metal. Anyway, design your own and send us a video of how that's worked. We'd love to see more choices. Thank you for watching. Please give us feedback. Let us see how you're solving this problem and maybe how you're telling your neighbors.